are you watching all this bizarre content and just wondering what is a good build? Or how much damage should that build be doing, really? Well, we're going to be looking at exactly that for Jules. So let's get into it. Good timing, I guess. We're going to be looking at bizarre cards. Specifically, and I'm going to use the buttons because why not? Specifically Jules cards. And figuring out some build ideas, what we can do maybe. We have cookies. That gives all food +1 joy. There we go. And eggs. Also, adjacent food has +1 joy for each strength the opponent has. That's still not quite as basic as they were looking for. It definitely included a hot box. I think it also included... Wasn't blue beef... Was it blender? When you use the left item, advance the small item to the right small item by 1 second. Yeah, it was blender. Okay, so when you use the left small item, so we need left small item and a blender. Is there anything that only uses the right? When you use the right most item, burn 2. So if we want a grill, we need to put the grill on the far left. And a small item, then a blender. Grill, small item, blender, 6 points.
In a minute.
Then we need another small item. Then a hot box, then a small item. Yeah. I think that was the build. So you go... These 3... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all that. These 3. 1, 2, 3. This was grill. Then here we have a small item. Here we have the blender. Blender. Look at my glorious writing. Here we have another small item. Then we have a hot box. Hot box. And then we have another small item. Now we just need to decide which small items go in here. And how this all fits. Now, the item to the left of the hot box triggers the most because blender is speeding it up. And to the left of the hot box, we apply burn. And we're applying burn with grill. So I feel like we're more of a burn build than we are a feed build. Eggs, both players gain +1 strength. Not really going to help us. In fact, it would hinder us. Decanter heals us for 15. Every 9 seconds, though. I feel like cookies are the play. Or maybe it is coffee. You know what? Just so we're not duplicating a lot, I'm going to put coffee in that slot. This is coffee. And then I guess I put cookies here and maybe here. What's the exact wording of blender? When you use the left small item, advance the right. Okay, yeah. So, to the left of blender needs to be cookies. Cookies. And grill was also when you use the rightmost item, it triggers. So this also has to be cookies. Cookies. Coffee charges every 7 seconds, and blender advances by 1. And every time coffee charges, cookie should trigger, on average, it'll be like 1.8 times, right? Because it triggers 3.6 seconds, so 3 seconds and a bit, then it makes coffee 1 second shorter. At which point coffee will be just over 3.6 seconds. So, on average, it should trigger twice per coffee. We're going best case scenario here. So this is -2 seconds, technically. And that's the only thing the blender does, right? Yeah. And then the hot box. Also, +5 joy on the right. So +5 happiness. And this is plus something burn, right? +4 burn. +4 burn. There you go. That's obviously a flame. There you go. Now you guys can read it, kind of. MS Paint. One of the best pieces of software in the world. Anyway, so we have... Grill does... Here you go, I should do... So these are the bonuses. I should, in a different color, do their regular thing. So, Grill... Every 9 seconds does 10 burn. So, every... Oh, that's not the brush. Every... I'll put it underneath. 9 seconds for 10 burn. Cookies is 3.6. Again, I don't know if this is a real number because that's crazy. But hey, all food also gives +1 joy. I'm going to leave that out because we're not sure. I imagine cookies will be a meal, and it might be all meals give 1 joy, but who the fuck knows. But hey, you could do with a nerf because this is huge. So 3.6 seconds for 18 joy. 3.6 seconds for 18 happiness. Bubba Blender. Nope, 20 damage every 12 seconds. 12 seconds. 20 damage can just be a star. Because that's what it is in the actual bazaar. Oh shit, that's coffee. Sorry, I thought it was cookies. Good, cool, there, curbs. This is where our other cookies was at. 18 happiness. And then, of course, my shortcuts don't work here. That was painful. Let's do this. Bam. Okay, now we need to look what coffee does. Coffee is every 7 seconds. Heal for 5 and gain 10 speed. This is where it gets fucking dreadful. So it's 7 seconds for 5 heal. 5. I'm going to do a plus for heal. And 10. I'm going to need a lightning bolt for speed. So, hotbox. That's the last thing. Every 12 seconds, 10 heal. 12 seconds for 10 heal. So, what's our largest cooldown? Our largest cooldown is 12 seconds. So, what happens every 12 seconds? And then we can just do 12-second loops. So if we call these 4 seconds, even though they're not... no, we can't do that because we've got 10 speed. So, the first thing that happens is after 3.6 seconds, both of these trigger. At 3.6 seconds, we will have done 36 joy. At 6 seconds, coffee triggers because this has gone off once, which means coffee's cooldown is lower. So we have gained 5 health. And we gain 10 speed. I'll just say it's a fraction quicker. Because I don't think for the purposes of this, 10 speed is going to make the difference. So at 7 seconds, we have another trigger of the 2 cookies. So we still have 5 extra health. And we still have 10 speed. But now we have another 2 burning for 8 burning. And another 41 feed. Because that's how that works. So we're at 82 feed now. At 7 seconds. Or happiness. 82 happiness at 7 seconds. That's actually nuts. Right. I think we're happy with this now. So that's 80. That's effective. Effective damage, 89. Effective health difference, 94 because of our 5 healing. 89 damage in 7 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, after 8 seconds, nothing more has happened. After 9 seconds, when our grill triggers. Applying 10 more burning, but we've lost 1, 2, so we're down to 1 burning. No, so it's 11. Hey, did that on purpose. But we've done 3 for 10 plus 2 for 12 damage. So it falls off in this part. This build has spikes and troughs, like every build will have, right? It has like key moments in the battle where your cookies trigger, and then your coffee gets shorter, and your coffee might be on the set rotation that where it triggers. And if you're on the 12-second point, then your blender triggers and your hotbox triggers. But on that sort of 8-second mark and on the 10-second mark, or the 11-second mark rather, nothing much is happening. I don't know how other people's brains work. 2Curbs might be in a similar position to me because it sounds like he's very maths heavy. But it makes a world of difference. Like, I can watch a game of the Bazaar, right? And I can see that, oh, okay, like, he took a big chunk of damage. I'll be like, oh my god, he took damage. Where did that come from? Whatever. But, like, the way that a battle plays out is only just making more sense to me as I figure, like, the actual numbers out. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, the cookies, and say that with 10 speed, across a whole match, that in this 10-second slot, they will trigger. So I feel like they would. So, at this point, coffee triggered. So from here onwards, it's on a 7-second timer. So it's then 6 seconds that it triggers here, but cookies also trigger, so it's 5 seconds. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second because cookies trigger again, so coffee will trigger in the 11-second slot. Coffee hasn't triggered, but our cookies are about to. So, we had 11 burning, so which will do 11 damage, so that brings it to 23 damage. This cookie will add 2 more seconds to it, so it will go down to 10, up to 12. And then the happiness would go up as by 41 again, so it would go from 82 to 123. Really? Is it 123? It is 123. I doubted myself because it was 123, and I was like, that's far too like round a number, or like interesting a number. Okay, so by the 10-second mark, we have done 146 damage, or 151's worth of health difference. At around the 9 to 10-second mark is when this build can kill someone, right? Because that's the sort of lowest amount of health you can have is 100. So if you're against a glass cannon Vanessa, you have to survive 9 to 10 seconds before you can kill her. That almost sounds a bit rough. I know she's not as potent as she was before, but she still hits hard. Anyway, the 11-second mark. Cookies are done triggering, so that's the end of our feed. We've done 123 feed. You know, there should almost be like a 14-second mark, I guess. Because that's where this restarts. So once you get to 14, you restart it from here. So we go up to 10 healing, 20 speed. Speed starting to actually become a factor. We have burned down. So nothing else is happening at 11 seconds, realistically. We've burned down from 12 stacks of burning to 11. Which means we do another 12 burning damage. Which will be 35 burn. At 12 seconds then is where everything really triggers. Okay, so these stay the same. This would tick down, but any of the 12-second things doing anything? No. In fact, this changes. So this becomes 20. The burning is ticked down to 10. So we do 11 points of damage, plus the 20 from Blender. So we're doing 21 points of damage to bring this up to 40. No. To bring this up to 56. Oh, I forgot to add the 4 burn from Cookie, which means I need to add 4 to this damage. Yeah, so it becomes 60. 14. Done. Alright, 13 seconds. Nearly there. At 13 seconds, nothing happens, really. Nothing new is triggering. Coffee last triggered here. Our cookies last triggered here, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt because they were 10 to 11 seconds. So I'm going to say it's 14 when they next trigger, which is right back here at the starting step. So that is 20, so it's 14, 13, 12. So it's done 14 and 13, so it's 27 points of damage, so 87 damage total. Our burn stacks will actually go up by 2 to 14. Handy little thing I have there. And our joy will once again go up by 41 to 164. And so in each loop, we do 164 plus 87 worth of damage. So that's what? 171, 251? 251 damage per 8-second loop. That's actually not that bad. This is actually really, really good. In a long game, that's pretty good. I can't see many other builds like competing with that. But this is a good benchmark to have. I'm glad we did this maths, because now we can do this sort of thing for other classes. If we find like a decent build, not like a trolly one-shot build, just like a good, okay, we got 2 cookies, we got a grill, hotbox, whatever. Like this is a strong late game Jules build, or at least a decent late game Jules build. We can like try and benchmark the different classes against each other. I'm sure the Bazaar team have done this, but they won't tell us the results. So yeah, this is good. Now you know what to expect from a good Jules build. Go and watch it in action in some of the best Bazaar gameplay you're able to see out there. Right over here.